Hello everyone. This is a surprise for you, isn't it? You probably didn't expect to see me so soon. I did a video just over a week ago that was a bit of a comedy thing with Joe Rogan guest appearance, just announcing that I am going to be back, and I'm just here in person to tell you that yes, I am going to be coming back, and I've had enough time now to think about what my plans will be for the channel. And just to give you an update on where we are, you may recognise this area where I'm currently sitting. We're still in our old house. We're still waiting on a move date. It got a bit frustrating because we were packing and we were suddenly surrounded by cardboard boxes. And then we heard that there was a delay in the chain. So we're still waiting for an official move date. So whether that will be at the end of September or the beginning of October, at this point we're not quite sure, but obviously that delays things even more before I can get really stuck into my YouTube channel again and making videos on a regular basis. So I thought I would do this very amateurish video, and the reason I say amateurish is because I've packed most of my things away. So my microphones have been packed away, so I'm relying on the microphone on this phone. And as I'm talking to you, it's raining really heavily outside. I don't know if the quality of the audio is going to be really poor, but I've packed away my computer that I use for editing, so I can't edit in the way I normally would. So this is going to seem very amateurish. But I thought, let's keep it real, in line with what my channel will be about when I come back. So that's kind of what I just wanted to talk about. So I'm staying with the Flix Files channel. I'm not going to launch a new channel. But what I will say is it's going to be a very different channel than what you're used to, because I want to make it more about just things that I like, more about me. So the Flix Files will just be about Roger, as opposed to movies. That's not to say I'm not going to be talking about movies. I still will be talking about movies, but I'm going to be talking about lots of other things. And in the process of doing that, hopefully you will get to know me more as a human being, and more of my personality will come across than what you've previously seen. So what spurred this on? What's made me want to do this change? Well, I was getting, as you probably know if you've watched my other videos, so I'm not going to get bogged down in it, but I was getting into real issues with the copyright problems on YouTube to do with the kind of videos that I was making and using lots of film clips, and I was getting really fed up with trying to circumnavigate these YouTube copyright strikes. And it just made me realise that as a YouTuber, I was kind of constantly making it hard for myself by talking about films and making the sort of videos that I was doing, where I was constantly relying on lots of clips, because that's where it was all going wrong. And I thought, well, what if I just started to make videos where if I did talk about movies, then it would kind of be like I am now. It's just going to be me sat in front of a camera. Maybe I'll throw in a picture here and there, but certainly won't be using any more film clips or anything like that. There's loads and loads of other YouTubers out there to do this. So I thought I'd give it a go. And in the process of that, I started to think, well, stuff it. Why limit myself to just talking about movies? Just talk about anything that I want to talk about. It's my channel. And things that are of interest to me. So going forward, my channel will become a very different type of beast, and it's going to be to the point where from one video to the next you won't be able to guess what I'm going to be talking about. It could be anything. It could be what's going on in my life at that point. I might talk about a movie or a TV show I've seen, or talk about what games I've been playing, commenting on things that maybe are happening in the news, anything. And with all that being said, I thought it would be really fun that when we do move, that I might start doing a series of videos that would have to be like this and be very amateurish, using just my phone, because everything will still be packed away, where I will go through the process of how I'm going to turn around the room that I'm going to be using as sort of my movie room, or my den, you know, the man cave, as my other half likes to keep referring to it. And I thought, well, that might be quite interesting. And on the day that I move into that house, I'll do a video where I'm stood in the room and show you what the room is like at that point, and give you an idea of what I plan to do, and then just do a series of videos as I slowly turn that room around. And at the end of it, it'll be a room that will be appearing a lot on my channel, because undoubtedly I'll be filming most of my videos in that room. And you will have seen the whole process of me moving in and decorating it and setting out the lighting. I've got fancy ideas of what I would like to do with the lighting. I've seen a lot of modern movie rooms and things that people have done that use sort of neon strip lighting to give it a kind of a Tron sort of vibe. And I'm really loving that idea. And I'd like to give that a go, but I know nothing about it. So I thought it would be fun to kind of film my attempts at doing that kind of a thing. The only thing I've decided on at the moment is the colour that I'm going to be painting the walls, which I will talk about when we get to that point. But yeah, I thought that would be a fun way to kind of reboot the channel once I really get started in filming on a regular basis. And just filming my attempts at moving into this new property and concentrate on what I'm going to do with this one room where I'm going to be based. So hopefully you'll stick with me for that. And yeah, just so you get to know more about me as a person, because I am a bit odd. And I've always said that I've often wondered if I'm on some sort of a spectrum, and I've never ever gone to seek professional help in terms of a diagnosis to see if I am. And the reason I say that is I do find that I tend to pick things and heavily fixate on them for a period of time, and then just become obsessed with certain topics and things, and then I'll kind of think, yeah, I know all about that, I'll move on to something else. And I've always struggled with things like social anxiety, as crazy as it sounds for someone that's trying to get a YouTube channel up and running. But I have, ever since I was a little kid. And I've often wondered if that's because I have some sort of undiagnosed issue. But I'm 55 now. You could argue at this point in my life, whatever issue I may have, I've just learned to live with it. But when I look back at my life, certainly when I look way back to when I was in primary school, I used to hate it when they would announce that we were going on school trips. And the teacher would gleefully say, oh, next Tuesday we're all going to be going on a coach and going to Castleton, Eyam, the plague village and things like that. And all the kids in the classroom would be, yeah, brilliant, we get out of the classroom. And I'd be the only one going, oh, I don't really want to go. I just want to stay in the classroom. And it got to the point where I have a very vivid memory of being an 8 or a 9-year-old being dragged into the head teacher's office. And the head teacher was trying to coerce out of me why I wouldn't go on school trips. And all I could say was, I don't want to. I don't like the idea of it. I'd rather just be in the classroom, as if I got used to that environment and I wasn't happy with being thrust into a different environment. And that kind of social anxiety has just kept with me throughout my whole life. So whenever I started a new job, I'd find it extremely stressful, more than any normal people would, I'm sure, to the point where it would take me a long time to adjust. And I had a job which sometimes may have involved driving a company car to various places. and I'd get very, very nervous about it if I was driving somewhere I've never been before. And I'm still like this now. I have to meticulously plan the journey and learn the route. Even with the age of sat-navs and things, I still have to get it in my mind. As I always worry, well, if the sat-nav goes off, at least I know where I'm going. But these are just sort of snapshots of issues that I've had throughout my whole life that I've never talked about on this channel, because why would I? Because I've always talked about movies. But the flip side to that coin is I have a good capacity for fixating on a subject, as I said, and really getting to enjoy that subject and learning a lot about it and becoming really passionate about it. And the one constant throughout my whole life has been movies. It's as if I've used a film as sort of a bedrock to sort of ground myself on when I've been particularly stressed or have had stressful things happen in my life. And even now, as a 55-year-old, I take great comfort in re-watching movies that I've seen for years, and you realise that movies never change. You can watch a movie in your 50s that you saw when you were a little kid, and it's exactly the same movie. The movie hasn't changed. Just you as a person, you as the viewer, have changed. But sometimes you can kind of evoke those same feelings you had when you were a kid, when you watch these movies. And I find that very comforting. And that's the one constant I've had throughout my whole life, is my love of movies. But I just want to try and make a channel that's going to be more of a snapshot of this human being called Roger, and the kind of things that he gets up to and things that he likes doing, especially now I'm retired and I have more time to do certain things. So as I say, I can't guarantee what my videos will be about. They will be very different from each video. There will still be videos about movies, of course there will be, and TV series like Twin Peaks. But it's just going to be about many, many different things, and I'm hoping that this doesn't scare off some of the subscribers that I already have. Hopefully you subscribed because you've watched videos that have been talking about movies and things, and you've rather enjoyed listening to me. So hopefully you will enjoy listening to me talking about other things. And yeah, I'm excited to get started again, and that's the main thing, because I'm going to be making the sort of videos that I want to make and not worry about what will the viewers want to see. So I think that's where I went wrong. I was thinking too hard about what people would like to see rather than what would I like to do. And I am still such a small channel that it was ridiculous to try and cater to people in that way, because it's sort of a false way to grow a channel. I'd rather people subscribe because they like watching me, and yeah, so that's the plan. And I just wanted to do this quick update just to tell you that, and just to say that we're still waiting to move house. So at this rate, as I say, it might be the end of September or even into October. But the day we move, I will film a very quick video just to give you an update that yes, we've moved, and yes, this is the room that I'm going to be based in, and then I can start talking about what I plan to do with that room and how I want to turn it around and make it into my new sort of movie room. So I think that would be quite interesting to see that process through completion, because I am very much a non-DIYer. I try and do everything I can as much as I can, and maybe I do it as an enthusiastic amateur, and I just try and do the best with what I've got. So hopefully it will make for a fun restart to my channel. So yeah, I hope you stick with me. So please, as I say, bear with me and don't unsubscribe. I'm definitely going to be coming back, but it will be in a different way, and hopefully you will learn to like the kind of videos that I'm making, because I want to get into the habit of making videos and not worry about bloody copyright strikes, and just do them, edit them, upload them, and then I can start immediately thinking about the next video and not have to keep going back because YouTube have taken the video down for whatever reason. I just don't want that anymore. It's too much of a burden, and it just zaps all the joy out of having a YouTube channel. So I want to start doing videos that are 100% my content and not relying on clips from other things, because that's where it all goes wrong. And I never used to worry about that in the early days. I'll be brutally honest. That's another thing I want to do with this channel, is just be brutally honest about things. Before I was monetized, before I hit 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours or whatever it was, I didn't care if I got a copyright strike. I would do a video about a movie, have lots of clips in there, and upload it, and it would get a copyright infringement thing and say, this video cannot be monetized. And I think, oh, who gives a shit? I'm not monetized anyway, it doesn't matter. But the second I became monetized, I'd think, well, hang on a minute, even though I'd probably earn, say, 50 pence of revenue from this video being monetized, because that's the kind of money you're talking about at the level that I'm at, literally pennies. You think, hang on a minute, I don't want to miss out on that. I kind of worked hard to get to that point and to monetize the channel. So then whenever you got a copyright thing, you'd feel compelled to go back and fix the video so you could monetize it. And that just got harder and harder and harder with the videos that I was doing. So I just want to try and make content where I can completely remove that worry, and do videos like this where it's just 100% me with my own footage, and nobody can slap a copyright infringement on me. I just think it would make it so much easier. So there we go. Very amateur video. As I say, I've got no access to any kind of editing, and that will be the case for the next few videos that I do when I move. So hopefully that adds to the fun of it. And then as we slowly settle in and the movie room gets finished and everything gets wired back in, I can start just putting a little bit more polish on my videos, and then start knocking out videos on a regular basis, just on whatever I want to talk about. So yeah, I think I've been talking now for about 18 minutes, so I think that's long enough. So thanks once again for bearing with me. I really appreciate it. Thank you to everyone that's subscribed, and a special thank you to the subscribers that have been with me from the very, very early days. You know who you are because you comment on just about every video that I do, and I really appreciate it. You're really good ambassadors for my channel, and I just hope that continues as we go forward. So I will next see you in my new house, whenever that will be, but it will be coming, so please bear with me. Take very good care of yourselves until then, and I'll see you very soon. Okay, right, bye for now.